Kanye West just openly mocked Michael Jackson's biopic, but he's not the only rapper to have done so. The Michael Jackson biopic titled Michael hit theaters on April 24, 2026. In its opening weekend, it made $97 million domestically and $217 million worldwide. That made it the biggest opening for a music biopic ever, beating out Straight Outta Compton at $60 million, Bohemian Rhapsody at $51 million, and Elvis at $31 million. The film is directed by Antoine Fuqua and stars Jafar Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew, in the lead role. It covers Jackson's life from the Jackson 5 era through his rise as a solo artist up to the Bad album in 1988. Now, critics gave it a 38% score on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score sits at 97%. That gap between critics and fans is where the conversation starts, and rappers have not stayed quiet. Snoop Dogg was one of the first from hip-hop to show love. When Jafar Jackson posted on Instagram thanking fans for the response to the film, Snoop responded with fire and crown emojis to praise his acting. That reaction tracks with everything Snoop has said about Michael Jackson over the years. In an interview on Andy Cohen Live, Snoop once said about MJ, "Me and Mike was family. His family and my family love each other. We have a record that never came out together." He also told a story about performing at the same event as Jackson in Las Vegas and accidentally blowing weed smoke into MJ's dressing room. According to Snoop, Jackson looked at him and said, "Snoop, don't do that." That relationship between the two is real, and Snoop showing up for the biopic is not a surprise. It is also worth noting that Snoop just announced his own biopic at CinemaCon, set for 2027 with Jonathan Davis playing a young Snoop Dogg. He told the audience, "After my brothers told their story in Straight Outta Compton, it's my turn." So the biopic wave in hip-hop continues. Then there is Kanye West. Kanye has always been vocal about his connection to Michael Jackson. A resurfaced quote that went viral again this week has him saying, "Michael was great, but I'm the Michael Jackson of this generation." Actually, Michael was the Kanye of his generation. That quote captures how Kanye views himself in relation to MJ. But the timing gets more interesting. Just weeks before the biopic hit theaters, Kanye released the music video for Father, a track with Travis Scott from his Bully album. In that video, a Michael Jackson impersonator appears in the background. The impersonator, known as Fabio Jackson, confirmed his involvement and said it was his first time being in a music video. Fans did not take it well. Comments online called it disrespectful, with one person writing, "Mike was such an icon. People are still making a living impersonating him in 2026. Others were angry that Kanye used MJ's image without context so close to the biopic's release. Whether it was intentional or coincidental, it added another layer to how hip-hop is processing Michael Jackson's legacy right now. The film itself has been divisive for reasons that go beyond music. The Jackson estate was involved in the production, and scenes originally addressing the abuse allegations against Jackson were cut from the final film. A Lionsgate spokesperson confirmed the removal was due to legal concerns. Paris Jackson, Michael's daughter, previously criticized the project, saying she read an early draft and gave notes about what she felt was dishonest, and when those notes were not addressed, she moved on. Janet Jackson also declined to participate. Director Antoine Fuqua addressed the controversy in a profile with The New Yorker, saying, "When I hear things about us, black people in particular, especially in a certain position, there's always pause. The debate around what the film left out has split audiences, but the box office numbers tell their own story." Michael delivered the biggest biopic debut in history, passing Bohemian Rhapsody and even Oppenheimer. The audience showed up regardless of the critic scores and regardless of the controversy. And with a sequel now being discussed, along with Snoop Dogg's biopic on the way, it is clear that the era of music biopics is not slowing down. Hip-hop has noticed, and hip-hop is paying attention.